Alright, so these guys are showing us how to safely get in and out of the boat. More people get wet getting in or out than anything else they do in a canoe. So Evan's stabilizing the boat while Stute gets in. He's going to step in the center. He's putting his weight on the gunnels, and his weight goes into the center of the boat. And he kneels right down. Now he's going to stabilize with his paddle in the water. They're going to communicate with each other. He's going to say, okay. Alright, now Evan's going to come forward. His hands on the gunnels and his knees right down in the center. Alright, Evan and Stute are coming right at us, and they're doing a nice... You can tell it's a nice stroke. They're paddling both at the same time, and their paddles are totally plumb, meaning straight up and down as they stroke. They have the catch, the beginning of the paddle when it first hits the water, the draw, and the retrieval. Catch, draw, retrieve. So now we've got these guys paddling backwards, which might seem silly, but when Evan starts to now paddle forward, you'll see that that boat pivots. And it's the stern man who makes the call as to what the bow man does. So in Evan, when you're ready for Stute to paddle forward, just let him know. And they're underway. So, nice way to pivot the boat. We'll add to that the sweeps next. All right, so now Evan is going to ask Stute to do a sweep. That's going to exaggerate his turn, so call for it.
Do a sweep.
That pushes water out around, and he's sweeping on the port side. It's going to turn the boat towards the starboard. That can be used in either the bow or the stern to exaggerate the normal motion, moving your stroke side to side. It's going to show us the push stroke. Put the paddle in and push it straight out, just moving his boat to the side. What is more likely to be used is a draw. So the same thing now, Evan, just pull in with a draw. There we go, and we're pulling our boat right in. All right, so they're paddling along, and Evan is going to call for a bow rudder, and let's watch what happens.
Bow rudder.
Braces against the gunnel, and it makes a sharp turn. Good way to avoid smashing into your cameraman or a rock.
All right, guys, we're going to show the J stroke, which is one of the fundamental canoeing strokes. It's really important. It's a stern man stroke, so when you're paddling in the stern and you need to keep the boat going in a straight line, you do a J stroke. Now, the important part of the J stroke starts off just like your forward stroke, but then as you get to the final part of the stroke, you throw, just give a forward stroke here to get us a little momentum. You point your thumb down towards the water to get the blade of the paddle out into the water to act kind of like a rudder. And that gives a little bit of corrective movement to the boat to keep it going in a nice straight line. Now you don't have to throw these strokes every single stroke. Every so often when the boat starts to turn towards the off side, the side you're not paddling on.
So Sean, how does that vary? How does that differ from an actual rudder?
Now an actual rudder, you're going to place the blade of the paddle in the back, and you're really going to lever it out.
That side of the boat down though, right?
It does slow that side of the boat down. The J stroke is really just a light corrective touch to keep the boat going straight, whereas the rudder is really an aggressive correction when you need to change directions quickly.
All right, so these guys are coming straight at us. Evan is throwing in just enough J stroke to keep the boat right on course. But they're paddling at the same cadence. That means both paddling at the same time and on opposite sides. That prevents the boat from rocking side to side and forward and aft. So all their energy is just going into moving that boat forward. You might also notice that when they bring the paddle back, it's called the retrieve, that the paddle is kind of slicing through the air and not pushing the wind, because they've got to turn sideways to bring that paddle back. So Evan's throwing in just enough J stroke, and he's keeping us nice and straight. That's a beautiful thing, guys. I want to go canoeing with you.
Ooh, it'd be an honor.
Woohoo!